Hello everybody and welcome to the second episode of the Crafty Cassie podcast. I already recorded this one, so hopefully this one will be shorter or longer but better done. Learning new things all the time. So, first things first, what did I have to talk about first? I'm going to stab myself apparently. I'm going to start a Ravelry group, and I'm going to put the link down there below. So yeah, I'm going to make a group, join it, talk to me, tell me what you want to see, what you don't want to see. If I suck at this, ow, that is pulling. So yeah, I'm going to make a group. Let's do finished objects. Last week I was knitting the band of my neon ski bonnet and it's done now. Yeah. Stick in my hair so it doesn't work as well, but very cool. I will be super toasty warm this winter, which I love. My ears get really cold in the winter, so it's nice to have something that fits when you have a lot of hair. I have a big bun, so hats don't really fit with my big head plus my big hair, but this bonnet works perfectly. So yeah, neon ski bonnet. I did have an issue. I knit the adult large and the instructions say to pick up 114 stitches along the band. I have a lot more than that, and so I picked up every row as a stitch, and then I didn't do any decreases until after you pick up these back stitches. It also said to cast on only half as many as what I did and do it later. Well, if I had done it later, this would have been much deeper and it would not have worked as nicely. So I sort of winged it, more like a god than a pattern for me. But it looks like everybody else's sans pom-pom. I don't need to draw attention to the back of my head. I also, late to the party, joined Ross from Smells Like Yarn dishcloth along, and I knit my very first dishcloth. I've never knit these before. It was just never something that interested me. I don't know. It's also my first time using cotton. This is Peaches and Cream. I don't know the color, but it's on my project page. You can find it. It's pretty simple to find. I'm not going to pronounce the name of this because it is in Finnish, Norwegian, something like that. So yeah, but I like the texture of the washcloth, but I don't like knitting with the cotton. So I'm probably just going to do the washcloth along, dishcloth along, and then just because I started, I'm not finished. I'm gonna do it. But and then I don't know. I like having hand knit things. So, and then I talked about I knit my socks differently. The toe cap. So normally your toe cap looks like this. Evenly, it points even both sides, points toward the middle. I knit mine as sort of half that shape. So that is my normal toe. These are my rainbow toe up 2 at a time socks. I knit them for the Ravelinics because I love rainbows. Take that, Putin. But these are in Purple Goddess designs. This is Silver Toes, so it's her sock yarn with, I think it's Sterlina, something like that. So it sparkles. I hope the camera picking that up. The color is Rainbow Gradient Your World, and I will have a link to her Etsy down below. She's also on Ravelry as Purple Goddess, I believe. So yeah, bought 2 balls. I don't know how many ounces, grams, whatever they were, but they come up above my, over the knee. They're about mid-thigh, and there was quite a bit left over because I wanted my stripes of color even, so there was leftovers for hexabuffs. And then I also have one of my older FOs, one of the first things I knit after coming to Ravelry. This is the Laminaria, I think I'm saying that right, shawl, and it's very pretty, very hard to see with my face behind it probably, but it's got beads, and this is done in the Misty Alpaca lace in black, and it is just the right size. It's not quite a shawlette. I wouldn't call it a shawlette. It's not quite that small. On me, it comes, you know, it's at my elbow. You know, if you're wearing a sleeveless dress or strapless dress, is going to, you know, keep your shoulders warm. Or I suppose, if you wanted, you could do it this way. I personally, I don't know. Oh yeah, I suppose that works. That works too. It hangs down about. My belly button's right there. So yeah, I don't know, about belly button. But yeah. So that is one of my shawls. I knit lots of these. If you look at my project page, I like lace shawls, apparently. They are the most prolific project on my page. I just, there's something about it. You knit it and it sort of looks all funky, like it's not gonna work, and then you block it and it just grows and it's beautiful, and lace opens up and it's wonderful. Check the time. I have time for one more. Well, they're finished objects, but as a whole, not finished. My mom and I are going to the Renaissance Fair down in Bristol, Wisconsin, sometime this summer, and I am making costumes for us. We're going to go as Viking women, so I've taken up tablet weaving, and this is my first one. It's the reverse. Sort of screwed up on it. I learned on it. I twisted my strings the wrong way on 1/2, so I got a teardrop shape instead of a diamond shape. But oh, there's also a mistake there. Oops. Oh well. So this is for my outfit. I don't know what colors I'm doing yet. I don't know. I have a blog about it on my Ravelry page, my blog. And then this one is my mom's. So X's and Diamonds in blue and white. And this is just Lydia's crochet cotton. I think it's number 10 cotton, crochet cotton. Just from the Joann. And then I've also made, go down, Thor's hammer. Our festoons are beaded necklaces, which hang about like that. There's some brooches that hold up the apron dress straps and holds these. So I got lots of fun colors, turquoise and wooden beads, white. I went crazy. And some chain and Thor's hammer. I haven't found, I want some Loki, a Loki pendant, but I haven't found one I like, so I don't know. But yeah, I made one for my mom, and I have to add some pendants and stuff to it still, but otherwise, yeah. And I have one project on the needles right now, and it is the May pattern for Ross's dishcloth along, which is holeless. It's a reverse miter jade, and it's pretty neat. I had leftover yarn. I want to use it up, so I figured why not keep knitting. I don't like having balls of yarn around, so I like to use everything up. So I'm going to stop the video and then I'll be back. All right, and then, so not interesting to watch me knit a dishcloth. I am going to do spinning. I have a drop spindle right now because spinning wheels and e-spinners they're expensive. I've had to spend a lot of money fixing my car. My car comes first before my crafting, so I have a drop spindle. This is the bigger of the two, and I have been spinning this roving for a year, I think. Jade. But I don't do it consistently. I pick it up, I'll spin for a while, and then I put it down and I leave it for weeks. Shh, Jade, quiet. So, but I've got a good bit on there. So, because I am spinning super thin singles, it is just what I ended up spinning when I started. I don't know what kind of fiber it is. I bought it at the Wisconsin Sheep and Fiber Festival in 2011 or 2012, and I don't know what it is. It's soft. I mean, and the colors are so pretty. It's purple with burgundy and light blue and some yellow mixed in, and I think it's merino, and I think it was 8 ounces, but I'm not really sure. Because it was in a bin, it had a price tag, and that's all. It really, there was not much information to remember. So, instead of knitting today, I'm going to spin. And I really like, Kimmy Knits has come spin with me, and she is spinning on an Hanson Mini E-Spinner, I think it's called. And that is nifty. I love watching her spin on that because it's quiet and it's so fast. And you don't have to use your feet. It's always nice. So yeah, I think I'm going to save up for one of those. Because I think an e-spinner, I think my mom would appreciate not having a bunch of spinning wheels in her living room. It's bad enough I have 2 vintage treadle sewing machines in our living room. I have a 1917 Singer. If I remember correctly, I have an Egyptian because the red eye is super rare up here. I think I've seen one red eye actually in person. And then I have a white rotary treadle from 1921, and that one was my great-grandmother's sewing machine. And I was very lucky to get it back from a family friend who had been storing it, unfortunately, on her sun porch here in hot and cold Wisconsin. So I do have some restoration to do on that one, mostly to the wooden veneer on the drawers, and then just, oiling and greasing up the wheel. The wheel's a little bit rusty, but the needle moves up and down pretty freely. It's just the actual treadling. The actual treadle does not go very easily. So, but my Singer is in gorgeous condition. It has one little thing wrong with the veneer on the top, and it only really is evident when it's super hot outside, when it gets really, really hot and really, really humid in the summertime, it bubbles in one spot where there's a small crack. So I'm not concerned. So that one is almost 100. Going to turn 100 very shortly, very soon. It'll be a genuine certifiable antique, because I use that standard 100 equals an antique, but I have a lot of things that are now considered antiques just because they are, oops, why is it pulling? They're, you know, 70 or more years old. Jade. So yeah. Lots of antiques. So obviously I do lots of crafts. I know I talked about it last time, but yeah, this really really solidifies it. I also collect. I like to get, let's push the time, 5 minutes. Okay, I like to go, we have a few antique stores downtown, in my downtown area. And so I like to go there, just walk through and look at all the things. I mostly tend to buy kitchen utensils or photographs. I love buying photographs of from the turn of the century, from about, I think my earliest one's probably the 1880s. No, 1890s, about the 1890s, because it has the some big lapels on the or epaulets on the dress. Very high-waisted, sort of starting to get the pigeon-chested look. But most of my photos are jade, are from right about the turn of the century. None of them are related to me. There's something about it. I personally, I can't understand why you wouldn't want to keep these in your family. They're, you know, your ancestors. They're the people who, without you, would not be here. So, if no one else will love their dead ancestors, I will. I will take them in and give them a home. I know I personally treasure the few photographs we have of ancestors prior to the turn of the century. My great-grandmother, Jade Hush, my great-grandmother was born in 1912, just before the Titanic sunk. She was born in March. Titanic sunk April 12th. So, and her brother was born in 1910, and so we have just a few photos of them as children and of her parents in their backyard, in the backyard of their house in Milwaukee, a house which no longer exists. And then I have one of her grandmother, my great-grandmother's grandmother, in about the 1880s with a cousin and a sister. And then I have some photocopies of family photographs of my great-grandmother's great-great-grandfather, who came over from Bavaria with his family, and his wife also came over from the same area, and they met in New York and married. So yeah, very nice story. There's one photo of him and his wife, and two. And that's it. That's all we have of them. They were born in the 1840s. So, I think I'm going to stop because Jade seems like she has to go outside and go potty. So, that is it for this episode. I am going to upload these and then put them together. And going to make that Ravelry group. I'm going to put the link below and the links to all of my finished objects. Project pages down below, and I will see you guys next week. again, comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. That's it.